Welcome everybody to another Friday Live here on the Victoria Marie YouTube channel. I'm so glad that you guys are joining me this Friday. How are you doing? I'm seeing folks popped in. We're going to wait just a few more minutes. And there we go. A few more minutes to see if we can get some others to join us. Hello everybody. Hi everyone. So glad to see you. Let me pop a hello quickly. Welcome to Friday. Best part of my Friday, says Deborah. It's the best part of my Friday as well. Despite it being the end of the week, which is always fun, which lately hasn't really meant much to me since I work a lot on weekends. I'm actually working all weekend long. Lots of things going on around these parts. Hello, everyone who's joining me. Hi, we've got, my comments are moving a little slow. Jennifer and Heather and Barb and Antonella, and we've got Deborah and Jennifer and Tony. Hello, everyone. I'm so glad that you're joining me today. I know some other people are popping on. Hey, Patricia, what's going on? So glad to have you. Lots of fun things that are happening this weekend. I have just a few, no, I only have one reminder today. And then we're going to get started on a layout that's going to be pretty clean and simple. I kind of had an idea in mind to use my Martha Stewart scissors here. And these are, what are these called? I forget what they're called. But you can make like fringe. I guess they're called fringe scissors. I guess that's what you would call them. But they have 5 blades. And it allows you to cut and create fringe with your paper or other materials. So I'm going to show you how I'm using that. So this live is just going to be inspired by using tools that maybe you have in your stash and you haven't used in a while, or in my case, I've never used these. Well, actually, I take that back. I was helping Corinne with a project recently and we used these scissors for one of the things that she was working on, but I haven't actually used this on a project myself. So these are the Martha Stewart fringe scissors. I got this probably about 2 or 3 years ago from Michael. So that's what I'm going to be using today for this project to create a clean and simple layout. I'm going to wait a couple more minutes rather, to see if we get some more people to pop on today's live. Let me know in the comment section, what are you working on this weekend? And if you are going to be participating in the Victoria Marie online virtual crop. Let me know if what you guys are up to. I know I'll be busy with all of my crop guests this weekend. We're having challenges, teaching mini classes. If you're a Victoria Marie Scrap Boss patron, we have a mini class this weekend. So it's just going to be filled with all kinds of fun stuff. I'll be teaching all weekend long and hanging out with folks all weekend long, which I'm really, really excited about. Heather says, joining the virtual crop group. Yay. Awesome. Hey, Cindy, what's going on? So yes, it's going to be a really, really fun weekend. So let me know in the comment section, what are you working on this weekend? Make sure, guys, that you are taking some time to really feed your creative soul. I know there's a lot of things going on, and the things with the pandemic aren't getting much better, which sort of prompted me doing more of these lives. So we have a respite from all the things that are going on in the world. So being able to look forward to something at the end of the week, like participating in our creative hobbies or joining a live stream like this one. I know other creatives do a lot of live streaming. I know a lot of us have been doing lots and lots of live streaming over the past few months, and that's not going away anytime soon. In fact, I look forward to this, doing this every weekend or every week to bring you guys some live creative inspiration. And so hopefully you're doing something this weekend to fuel your creative soul. I hope that you're doing that. Quick announcement now that we got a few more people on here. By the way, if you are new to the live stream, new to Victoria Marie here on YouTube, welcome. I'm Victoria Galvin, owner of Victoria Marie Designs, where I teach online scrapbooking classes. I host a virtual, as of this year, I host virtual crops every month. Apparently it's a thing that we're doing now. I also host retreats. And I also do some contract work with companies in the industry. So if you like creative education, you like scrapbooking and all those things, you are in the right place. Make sure, if you haven't already, subscribe to this channel. When you do, click the bell. That way you'll be notified every time that I go live here on the channel or when I post content. And make sure that you give this live a thumbs up so YouTube knows that you are enjoying what you're seeing today. Quick announcement, I mentioned a little bit about the Victoria Marie Online Virtual Crop this weekend. Starting tonight, our kickoffs at 6 o'clock p.m. Central Standard Time, is the holiday prep crop, and it's all about getting ready for telling our holiday stories, getting our materials ready, really getting into the mindset of whatever holiday that you observe, or just really in the season of things. As I know some people don't celebrate any holidays at all. Some people do. Some people celebrate different holidays. There's over 20-something plus holidays that are celebrated between the start of fall and the end of winter, and everything in between. So it's really cool to be able to document those stories. So that's what this crop is all about. So there's going to be creative challenges. I'm doing 2 mini classes. One is how to set up a holiday scrapbooking station. So you have all of your holiday materials that you use, or any materials you use for this time of year, all in one section that you can easily get to it and get those projects done. And then the second class I'm teaching this weekend is about, I call it Hack Your Holiday Project, but it's really looking at different options for scrapbooking holiday stories from a product standpoint, like from an album standpoint, different types of projects you can do, and from a storytelling standpoint, maybe some things that we haven't considered scrapbooking. I know I get a lot of times people will say, I'm at a point in my life where I don't really have a whole lot going on, or maybe with COVID, we're not going out and doing as much of our holiday stuff anymore. So what exactly are we going to be journaling and talking about this holiday season? So in that class, I'm going to talk about the 1-hour mini classes as a part of the Zoom live offering. And then we have our Zoom scrap and chats, which are super popular with the crops because we get to chat with each other. And I know a lot of us were not able to go to retreats. I know I had to postpone my retreats. I haven't been able to hang out with my crafty friends here at home. I haven't been able to do any of those things because of COVID. And so I know for a lot of you guys, you're experiencing the same thing. And it's so important that we're able to get together with like-minded people. So you have opportunities for Zooms with the crop. We have challenges and prizes. We have fantastic sponsors that I'm getting ready to announce in the group this evening. Felicity Jane is offering 2 $25 gift cards this weekend. We have, let's see, who else? We've got Ellie Studio. We have Paper Person. And so we have some sponsors that are going to be giving out some fantastic products. And I've got some things that I'm going to be giving away this weekend. And of course, we've got prizes for challenges and that type of thing. So the online virtual crop is hosted on the Victoria Marie Mighty Network. It's $7.99 USD. And that gets you access to the crop group on the Victoria Marie Mighty Network. It's absolutely free to join the Victoria Marie Mighty Network. I'm getting ready to move over from the Facebook group to the network. We're actually in that process right now. So yeah, lots of good things that are going on this weekend. So if you're interested in joining us for the crop, the cool thing about the crop is you don't actually have to be online the weekend of the crop because challenges aren't due until the end of the month. So you have a few weeks before you even have to submit your challenges for prizes if you want to. Some people just like to come and hang out. So for more information, this is where you're going to go. In my description of this video, go to the Victoria Marie blog, and you should see a post with links to get you to more information on how to register. Registration closes tomorrow at 11:59 p.m. Central Standard Time. It closes tomorrow. So I hope that you guys will come and join me. And then I'll be announcing the 2021 crops. There is a December one that's going to be coming up too. That's going to be focusing on getting ready for the new year. We're going to have an ugly Christmas sweater party for that, or ugly holiday sweater party for that one. I'll post more details, but it's really going to be about getting ourselves ready to go in 2021 for scrapbooking and storytelling. And then coming down the pike in 2021, I've got some fun things coming for different themed crops that we'll do monthly. I know you guys have been enjoying it. I know the feedback that I'm getting from a lot of you are saying, hey, I'm able to get a lot of scrapbooking done during these virtual crops. It's so great, get to communicate with people. And that's what I wanted. So that's my only announcement that I got today. I'm going to head over to the comments real quick. Let's see. Yes, they're called the fringe scissors. Thank you, Brenda. These are the fringe scissors that I'm using. Absolutely. I was pretty sure it was going to be the fringe scissors for sure. Heather's working on her Thankful 30. Hey, Becky Adams, what's going on? She's hand stitching a layout. Hope to finish this weekend. Oh, that should be pretty. I love hand stitching. And Becky, I can't wait to see what you post on YouTube soon. Very excited about that. Woody says this weekend working on the 30 Thankful album and the virtual crop. Very nice. Thanks for hosting another one. It's my pleasure. I absolutely love it. We're just going to keep the ball rolling. Hey, Deborah. Of course, she's going to be at the crop. One of the regulars. Barb's going to be there too. Let's see. Participating right now and working on my 30 days. Awesome. Some folks won't be able to attend this weekend. That's okay. We got more coming. So there you go. Spending the weekend with Victoria Marie. Yep, all weekend. Awesome. Not able to join the crop, but happy to join the live today. Awesome, Cody. So good to see you, or to see your name pop up, rather. I know you like to participate in those crops. Let's see. Helen says, I just finished working. You know what? I think I'm going to try something real quick. I'm supposed to be able to, like, highlight people's comments. I don't really know how to do that. I think it's fun to be able to do that. I don't know how to do it. I'll have to figure that out. Anyway, Helen says she just finished work this weekend, looking to finish the last 7 layouts I completed for her NYC trip in 2016. Sounds like fun. Hello from the UK. Jane says working on the first challenge now. Sweet. Let's see. Tracy. Hi, everyone. Hey, Tracy. What's going on? Working on story number 15. Uh-oh, my comments just moved. Now I can't find your comment. Oh, number 15 in my 52 stories book. Oh, that's fun. Slowly catching up because this is week 39. You'll get there for sure. For sure. Hello, everyone who's just joined us. Aubrey, and we also, too, we have Aubrey Jane Calvin here with us today, moderating the comments. My better half. Also the pain in my butt. Love you, Aubrey Jane. She says, I'm still not allowed to join the crop. What, for you to cause havoc? People will love it. You guys give her a big head. Desiree's going to be at the crop again. Awesome. Debbie says she's working on getting her November and December kits together. That is awesome. Hey, Kimberly, what's going on? Let's see, someone says, I did a bunch of election anxiety impulse buying, so I'll be playing with that fun stuff this weekend. I think there's a lot of us that did some impulse buying. I think just in general. I think anxiety buying is probably like the theme of 2020. Like, we can just forgive ourselves for all the Amazon packages that show up at our door. All right, so let's go ahead and get this started today, folks. So I did a little bitty sketch, and I don't know if you guys can see this or not. I'm going to try to hold it up to where you can see it. I can never seem to get the angle right. But it's an 8.5 by 11. I'm going to start out with a piece of white cardstock. I also just typed up the journaling using a text box in Microsoft Word, and I typed up the journaling. This layout is called Change. Yes, Change. And it's talking about the changes that I am witnessing in my kiddo. So here's a photo that I printed black and white. I took this photo of her when we were at the library recently, and she just looks so grown. And I've been doing a lot more of these pages, just kind of talking about changes and transitions. And if there was ever a year to talk about change, I think 2020 is one of them, as we're changing and we're pivoting and we're doing all kinds of different things now as a result of what's going on. But this photo is printed 3.5 by 5.5. I used my Canon Epson PictureMate charm, resized the photo, printed it with a white border. And what I thought I was going to do originally, and here's my little sketch, and I wonder, see, I'm looking at where my camera angle is at, and now it's off. It looks like I'm over to the far left. I think my items might be inversed, actually. Let's see if we can fix that real quick. Because otherwise things are going to look opposite to what they actually are. So, let me see if I can fix this real quick. Hold on just a second. Will that let me fix it? I hope so. Okay, I think I did it. So I was wondering why that was looking so weird. Okay, hopefully it'll catch up. There we go. Okay, hopefully it'll catch up. COVID buying, yep, absolutely. Okay, cool. I had to do something with my screen. Okay. I was like, why is this looking so backwards? Okay, here's the sketch that I sketched out. 8.5 by 11. I thought I would use the fringe scissors to create some fringe underneath the photo, but I have since kind of changed that idea. But I still want to put the journaling above the, or the title above the journaling right over in the section, and then create some level of embellishments. Now I have a kit that I'm going to be using from Felicity Jane, who's one of our sponsors for this weekend's crop, which I'm very excited. I love Felicity Jane stuff. And I've been really trying to work through all of my kits and things of that nature because I have a lot of them left over. But this is the Taylor kit. Very beautiful pattern papers. I love the colors. It's fall themed. And it has my favorite pattern on there, the black and white buffalo check. So I'm going to be using some pattern papers from this kit. And then I'm going to be using some embellishments. There's not a whole lot of chipboard, cardstock embellishments with this one. So I'm going to have to kind of play around with some things to kind of make it work for me. This is going to be a simple and clean layout, not a whole lot of frills and thrills on this one, because I really want to focus on the photo and the journaling, but I want to keep everything else looking really, really simple, okay, and clean. So I've got my embellishments here. There's also some washi tape. Love that color. Got these die cuts. So I try to get everything spread out so that I can see what I am working with. And this is typically my process, is get a tray of things and spread them out so I can look at it all. Whenever you get new product, go ahead and take it out the packaging, right? You can't get a really good sense of what you're working with unless you take it out and kind of play around and see. So those are the die cuts that I'm using. Has some flowers, some leaves, some washi tape. I don't know if I'm going to use washi on this or not. Some scallop die cuts. It also has a girl that she always puts in her kits as well. And then it has some tags, which one of them is one of the little library card things that used to slip in the sleeves of the books years ago that we use for checking books out. So that has that pattern on it, which is really cool. There's also some 3x4 pocket cards. I'm not using that today, but you got in this kit a little package of not embellishments. This is sequin mix in the shape of flowers, so that's really fun to do some shaker stuff with. Stamp set as always, and this has some different border type stamps to it. I might use something like that on here, I'm not sure. There's some epoxy stickers, which are really, really cute. What leaves a house, a little rainbow with more fall inspired colors. They've been doing a lot more of these essential labels, and so you get a pack of labels, and this is a really good value. It's printed on nice cardstock. Let me see if I can get this out without completely tearing up the packaging. And these are just, and they're all color coordinated, and they have these little tabs here so you can go directly to the color that you want to use for various labeling on your projects. And they have sticker adhesive on it, which is nice, really great quality little sticker pack there. So this is sticker pack number 2 is what they're calling it. They have another one in the previous kit. So that is a really great value. You can use these for all kinds of projects. So I'm not sure if I'm going to use the labels yet, but these are the sticker fonts I'm going to use. This is a somewhat of an off-white sticker font with some gold, I guess, what do you call it? Foiling in the middle of the letter. So I'm definitely going to be using this. I love their fonts so much. All right, so that's what I'm going to be using for this project. So if you have this kit, it's called the Taylor kit, then break it out and scrap lift away. So what I'm thinking here, folks, is I'm going to use this pink and white stripe pattern paper, and I've mentioned before I like using pink and white when I'm scrapbooking my daughter because she loves pink. Her favorite color is pink. I'm going to go ahead and get the background all set up, 8.5 by 11 layout. Usually, whenever I'm doing 8.5 by 11s, I like to scale things down, embellishments and all those things so they fit nicely. Let's see, who makes those fringe scissors? That is, Gemma, that is Martha Stewart makes these fringe scissors. And you can probably still find them at like Joann. I think, is there stuff at Joann's? I know it's at Michael's. I want to say Hobby Lobby too, but I think you can purchase it at Joann's. And I think they also sell them on online retailers like scrapbook.com, a cherry on top, that type of thing. So that's Martha Stewart. All right, so what I'm going to do is trim this down to 8.5 by 11, and this is going to be my base. Now my cardstock's not super thick, so I want to make sure that I reinforce it. And I think I have another piece or something similar pattern paper in my stash, so I'm not looking to preserve it or anything. Then I'm going to take a little bit off the side of my layout. So I think I want to take like a ½ inch off each side, because I want the pattern paper to flank the side of my white cardstock here with the journaling. Uh-oh. I hate when it fringes like that. I think I'm going to have to get a new needle. I've been trying to decide if, or cutting blade rather. Don't mind my squeaky chair here. I think I'm going to have to invest in another paper trimmer. I have a Ranger, or not a Ranger, I have a tonic trimmer, I guess it is by Ranger, one of the larger trimmers, but I don't like using those just for small projects. I need something else. I've had this paper trimmer for eons and eons and eons, and it, depending on how fast I'm going and what kind of paper I'm using, it just kind of fringes here. So I'm just going to trim that excess off. I probably just need to change out my blade, which I haven't done in a while. I used the same blade for I don't know how long until I changed it out. Okay. There we go. Let's get that little fringe dust off of there. We're going to put that guy there. Do you have a tool? Yeah, those Fiskars ones don't last very long. Yeah. I'm one of those people that I tend to hang on to my tools for a very, very long time, and I use them until they, like, die. Okay, so this is what I'm thinking. I have the white paper with my journaling on it, white cardstock, and then this pink stripe is adding kind of a border here to the side. Conversely, I could have cut strips of pattern paper and flanked it on either side of my layout, but I like this option better. Another thing I could do is I could cut another strip, maybe scallop with a border punch or something, just to add a little bit more interest to the side. I also could stitch here on the side as well, whether I do a hand stitch or machine stitch or faux stitching using stamps. That would add some interest to the side of the layout as well. So lots of creative options there. Let's go ahead and commit to this. We're going to add some adhesive. Hopefully this won't take too long to put together. I like simple and clean layouts, but sometimes they take me longer than layouts that I'm creating that are heavily embellished. I think I overthink the process when it comes to simple and clean. That's just kind of where I'm leaning today. Alrighty. So I type up my journaling using Microsoft Word, and then I print it out on a piece of cardstock. And of course, you can use any color cardstock that you want. My photo is going to go there. Now, let's go to the fringe. Okay, so I have my fringe. I'm going to show you how I make this. And what I'm thinking is, at first I was going to put the fringe underneath the photo, but I then don't have a spot for my title. So now what I'm thinking is I'm going to have my fringe come to the side of my photo, like that. So what I like to do when I'm working with these scissors, you can do one of two things. You can cut strips of paper and then use your fringe scissors, or use your fringe scissors and then cut it to the width that you want. It's completely up to you. Just ordered mine in September. Assume because of COVID it might not be low. It could be, yeah. Yeah, Lindsay, I'm the same with my tools. I throw down money like no tomorrow on paper and thickers, but to buy myself a trimmer that works right just seems like too much. I don't know why we do that. I don't know why. I need to buy a new trimmer, and I've been knowing this for a while, but yet here we go. All right, so those who aren't familiar with these scissors, these are fringe scissors. They have 5 blades on each side, or they're divided blades on each side. And when you cut, it's going to give you a fringe look. This is fun for all kinds of really neat projects that you can work with. You can find all kinds of inspiration online using these fringe scissors. I haven't even put these things to the test. I've had them for a while. The most work they've gotten is when I was helping my daughter out with a project recently. So anyway, I've used them just maybe about a couple of weeks ago. But before that, I may have used them twice, if that. So I saw this idea on Pinterest of a layout that had fringe, but the person who made the layout was using something that was like manufactured by a company. And I thought, well, I don't think I have something like that in my stash, and if I do, I'm not going to dig for it. I'm just going to go ahead and use these fringe scissors. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to start over here to the side, and you can come in as deep as you want, depending on how long you want the fringe to be. I want mine to be about 1 inch or so, or underneath 1 inch. So I'm just going to start right here at the end of my paper, and then you just cut. And then you move your paper along, and you just cut. Can you imagine how fun this would be, creating layouts that feature something like nature or grass, or even for those of you who observe Easter? That'd be a fun little Easter page or something like that. You can do a little fringe. For card makers, this is a really great option. So if you're looking to add a grassy element to your card, you can create yourself a little grass fringe here. So I'm just cutting into this just like that. It doesn't have to be a perfect science. I just want the look of fringe. Oops. I'm trying to keep it as even as I can. Again, I'm not trying to overthink this. I'm just cutting me some fringe. Then I'm going to finish the end here. Okay, so you got your fringe here, right? Next, then, is you can go ahead and trim out to whatever length or size that you need for your project. So I'm just going to cut this as a strip, just like that. Oops. See, I cut too far, but that's okay. That's all right. It happens. So then you cut out your element, and then you can adhere it to whatever you want. So what I want to do is I want to add it to the side of my photo like this to kind of set an anchor and add some interest to my photo. Now I can build up layers of fringe if I want to. So if I want to cut multiple strips of things, and I can use my fringe scissors, and I can create this nice layered fringe design on my layout. And maybe I will cut another layer of fringe here, but we'll see. This is going to frame my photo. So before I do that, however, I want to, and I had it pulled out, and now I guess I lost it. I want to add a little bit of yellow to the layout and let the photo pop. So I'm going to add this pattern paper to map my photo. Just a little something. And then go ahead and trim that out. I like using all the pattern paper that I can. Why hoard it? Use it is my motto. There we go. And then there's that. Okay. Trying to keep myself organized as I go along. Because immediately after this, I got to get finished getting prepped for tonight's kickoff. Okay, so I'm just going to measure this out, eyeball it, and then put my fringe right here behind my photo, right at the tippy top, trying to get that balanced out to the top of the photo here. And that's just going to give this photo a little bit more oomph, right? Just a little something something. So there's that side. Then I'm going to use this piece that I already cut. I was just playing around with it. Add some adhesive to my photo. And then I'm going to add it here to this side. And of course you can do this with any type of pattern paper or solid. You can come in and do a little stitching on it. You can do all kinds of fun things at this point. Just trying to get that lined up as best as I can. so it doesn't look too off. Okay, there we go. Let me kind of clean that up just a teeny bit. Maybe I need smaller scissors. I have one that's kind of wonky, so I'm just going to clean her up just a little bit. There. And I can use these other ones for something else. Maybe I can make a card with it or something so I don't waste it. Okay. So now I have my fringe done, and I've added this really cool element behind my photo, or to the sides of my photo, and that looks really, really super cool. Okay, fringe scissors, Martha Stewart. You can get them at pretty much all your crafting stores. I love it, love it, love it. Okay, so next up, now that I've gotten that taken care of, I can add, if I wanted to, like I could stop there, or I could come in and add more. Like I can add another layer to that and just keep layering it up. But I do want a nice amount of white space around my photo. Can come in, kind of lift these up a little bit, give them a little bit more dimension. Can curl them. That's another idea. Just take your thumb, just kind of curl them up, separate them out. Okay, however little or as much as you want. You can take your distress inks, distress it up. You can alternate these using different pattern papers and then just alternate them back and forth or as layers. Right? And you can just continue adding more and more if you want to, but I'm going to stop there. Alrighty, so now that I got that done, I'm just kind of roughing it up just a tiny bit. What I want to do is, before I go any further, I need to add my title. And the title for this layout is called Change. And I think anybody who has children in their lives, in any capacity, whether you're a parent or an aunt, or even teachers, right? You see your students grow and get older. Change is inevitable. I think one of the things I'm struggling with as a parent right now is I have a kiddo who is in those preteen stages for sure, heading into the preteen years, and everything that brings along with it. So not only is it super exciting, it's also super challenging as well. And so I'm learning a lot about my own parenting skills, and as myself, Bree, and I are preparing to parent a preteen. And so there's lots of things that are challenging about that. But I like to document this experience because it's clearly a part of her growth and her development. But I've noticed so much over the past few years, and I have to remind myself often that, we all go through it, right? I have to remember how I felt when I was her age and then navigate around that. I think that parenting is like 80% winging it. Like I wake up not knowing what the heck I'm doing most of the time. I just wing it. Okay. So I'm trying to peel off these letters to add to the layout, but the bad thing about the letters, however, I love them, but they're kind of challenging sometimes, is the adhesive part of the letter sometimes comes off. And so I find myself having to add some adhesive to it. Like this N is kind of stuck. So that adhesive part came off, but that's okay because I can add some adhesive to this on the back. Kind of frustrating, but it's nothing that I can't work with. So I'm going to spell out change. I've never been one who's afraid of change. I embrace change, but every now and then I pause and try to reflect a bit about things that are happening. And with respect to my daughter's growth and development, I've been pausing a lot actually these days. So today was one of those days that I've had to pause for a little bit. All right, so I'm gonna put this here and this here. Let's go ahead and move these letters over, see if I can get it as centered. I don't have a centering ruler, I just kind of eyeball it and see where it's gonna land. Let's see. Those gonna work for me. Let's see here. Yes. That is as straight as it's gonna get. So we're just gonna work with it here. I'm pretty sure that's where I want that to go, is right there. And then we'll do some embellishing and call it good. So I'm gonna reach over and I'm gonna grab my Barely Art Precision Glue. I've been using this glue for a few months now. I absolutely love it. And I'm gonna go ahead and add some glue to the back of these just to reinforce them, particularly the ones where the adhesive backing came off. This is a chipboard sticker, letter sticker. And sometimes that adhesive just doesn't work well with chipboard material. That one's stuck on there, that one's stuck on there. Okay. So let's get the end, that one, the adhesive came off. So I'm just gonna put a little bit of this Barely Art. And the cool thing about the Barely Art is it comes with the fine tip. It comes with two tips rather. One that's a fine tip and one that's a little bit wider. So it helps you control where you're putting your glue at, particularly for smaller embellishments. So I love this stuff. And you can just remove the tip and replace it with whatever one you want to use. Alrighty. Let's get this title down. Looks good. Okay, and then it comes with a pin, and so you can just stick the pin right back into your little nozzle here. And I just keep it like this, and then I take the pin out whenever I'm using it, and it doesn't clog a whole lot, so that's awesome. Background photo with the fringe to the side instead of the fringe on top. Hello, reference. Now, we're going to go ahead and pop the photo up using some foam, and then we are going to embellish. Not a whole lot, because I'm trying to keep this simple and clean as much as I possibly can. Let me go to the comments. My comments are moving super slow, so if you're asking me something or saying something, hopefully I'll be able to see your comment here soon. How does the glue compare to art glitter glue? I don't think I've ever used art glitter glue, Barb. The liquid adhesives I tend to use are the Tombow Mono and the Nuvo Deluxe and the glossy accents. I've just started using this Barely Art, but those other three are typically my go-to adhesives. I like it. It comes out clear. I mean, it comes out white, it dries clear, and it's very tacky. So I enjoy it. I think it's a great, great product. Okay, next up, foam adhesive. I'm just going to go ahead and put some foam strips here on the back. And I'm using foam from Tailored Expressions. There we go. You could also use fun foam to do this too, you know, if you want to use fun foam. There we go. Pop this up. I'm glad that I used this tool. It's been sitting in my craft caddy for months and months and months and months, if not a couple of years, and I hardly ever use it. Okay. There we go. Let's bring out some embellishments and see what we can do with that. Now, in my little sketch, I have an area down here that has some embellishing and then some embellishing to the side. This particular kit didn't come with a ton of embellishments, so I'm not quite sure how I feel about that, but it didn't come with a ton, and that's okay. So we're just going to make it work. So I have these little scallops here that I thought I would put on the layout. I actually don't like, I like this pattern, but I think it might be a little bit too heavy for what I want to do. So I thought about using this as a little shelf and then adding some embellishments here. So this is like a leaf with a little acorn, which is really cute. So I love the way that looks. Real clean, real simple. I know that there are some scrappers out there that don't care for a ton of embellishing on their layouts. And the way that I like to approach a clean and simple design is to limit my options, to limit my choices. So I don't have a ton of items, materials that I'm working with, but it forces me to work with what I have. So I like that. That's really nice. Then there's this little die cut here that also has leaves and an acorn, and so I thought, well, I can repeat that element up here like that. And I really love that. So I'm going to add some adhesive there. So now I've got this vertical line coming down the middle of my page, and I have this repeated element, and that's going to add some continuity to the layout, which looks really, really good. Trying to decide if I want to add another scallop, but I probably don't want to. I'm just kind of putting this here to see how I feel about it. I don't know if I want to do that or not. That might be a little bit too much. Okay, next up, I want to use a tab in some way. So I was thinking about adding it over here so that I have a spot for the date. I thought about keeping that vertical line and putting that tab right there. So then I can add the date there as well. It kind of seems off if I break that vertical line and put the tab there, because then I feel like I need something over here for kind of visual. But I like the idea of putting it here, and then I can stamp my date right on top. I forgot that I had these epoxy stickers. Let me go up to my little epoxy stickers here. Oh, where'd they go? Let me know in the comments section if you like doing clean and simple layouts. I've never heard of art glitter glue. Never heard of that. Yeah, Deborah, they do need to resign. The Tombow needs to redesign their container. It's super messy. I agree. I agree. As you guys are participating in this live, make sure you give it a thumbs up if you're enjoying what you're seeing. That will definitely help us out. Okay, so here are these beautiful epoxy stickers, and so I'm thinking I'm going to go ahead and commit to that label being there, and then I'll stamp the date on it whenever I can locate my Felicity Jane roller date stamp. So that's going to go there. So I want to use these epoxy stickers, and I think what I want to do is add just a little bit more depth down here. So like putting epoxy there and putting one here. It doesn't feel like fall where I'm at in Texas, but darn it, I'm going to use all the fall embellishments that I can. Okay. I love how that just kind of lets that pop out just a little bit more. Looks good. I also like, there's this epoxy label that says, remember this. I kind of like that here. Oh, I love that because now it looks like it's printed on there. Yeah, that looks good. These epoxy stickers are amazing. So high quality. Peels right off, sticks right on. Okay, we'll put the date someplace else. Usually if I don't put the date on the front of the page, I'll put it on the back of the page. So at least I know what year it is and what date it is, and I know where to put it when I'm putting it in my album. Alrighty. I'm really loving the way this looks. I thought if I had more florals that I would do something over here. I like the idea of the black and white floral, but I only have so many of them. I really like that idea. This one has a yellow flower on it, but I don't want the yellow flower. I just want the black and white to kind of poke out here, just to add a little something. I don't know. I feel like this needs a little something over here too. I don't know. Probably not. I'm overthinking it. Okay. I really feel that it needs something here, like coming down here, but I don't know what that is yet. I might be completely overthinking that. Little cup of coffee. Look at that. That's so cute. I might have to dig in my stash, my Felicity Jane stash, and see if there's something else that I want to use. This kit is themed for like cozy coffee and books and that type of thing, which is fine. But I don't want to put something down that I'm not 100% in love with. You know what I mean? I do like my little fringe here, though. My fringe is super cute. Alrighty. Now, normally I like to stamp on the layout. I'm trying to see if there's a stamp that comes with this that I want to use. I thought about stamping along the edge here. I'm going to give that some thought. So I would consider this layout about 95, maybe 98% done, I would say at this point. I like the fringe. At this point, I'm trying to decide if I want to add another layer of something here or another strip of something here to sort of maybe clean that up just a little bit. I need to think about that. I'm trying not to put things down on my layout before I really kind of have a chance to think about it. Because you know what happens? I lay it down and then I pull it right back up. So there we go. So that adhesive that you guys were talking about, the glitter glue, it doesn't have glitter in it. That's just the name of it. Okay, I'm glad we clarified that because I was wondering the same thing. Barb likes all styles of layout. Me too. Felicity Jane is the queen of black and white design elements. She certainly is. Yeah. Have fun, Brenda. Yeah. Okay. So I think that this layout, again, is about, it's almost done. I think what I'm going to do is I'm going to set it to the side and I'm going to think about it. I definitely think I need to add something here. Probably something that's black and white. I don't know what that's going to look like yet, but I want to sort of clean up this side of the photo. I like the vertical line of the photo with the layout with the photos and everything being lined up here in the center. The vertical line here of the pattern paper backing the white cardstock. The journaling is centered. So I'm liking all the lines and I'm liking the small touches of embellishments. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to set it to the side and let it marinate. And then I'll finish it up and I'll post it. I have another layout that I need to post and finish up and post from the last live as well. So that's what I'm going to do. I'm going to think on it because I think that's the best thing to do. Sometimes when you're working on the layout, you're not quite sure where to go. And I also will add the date on the back of the layout for sure. So we're going to call that almost complete. Almost complete. Let me know in the comment section if you're somebody who sets your layouts aside so you can kind of think about it a little bit. Overall, the concept that I was going for pretty much came to fruition. I'm looking at my little sketch here. The only thing I did differently was put the fringe to the side of the photo versus underneath because I was running into a space trap there, not being able to put my title down if I did fringe underneath there. Barb says, love the fridge, would like to use it for tropical travel. Yeah, absolutely. That would work. as well. Little grass skirts or whatever. It would be really fun for a tropical theme layout for sure. Let's see. Janet says that she bought a set of herb scissors in the housewares department at Walmart. They are the same except the handles are black, but saved $5. So what you're saying is that was kind of your hack for these fringe scissors, Janet, I'm assuming? Yeah. Smart idea. Very smart idea. Love it, love it, love it. Yes, I will share once I add the final touches, for sure. I will definitely share. I'm going to let this one kind of sit. I'm almost done. I feel like it's like one of those things where I'm like, I know there's a little something else that I want to add to this to kind of make it go. But that is the simple layout there. All right, folks. That's all I've got for you today for this Friday Live. Thank you so much for hanging out. Make sure, if you're interested, the Victoria Marie Online Virtual Crop Bar Holiday Prep is underway, 6 o'clock p.m. Central Standard Time, starting tonight until Sunday. You can register until tomorrow at 11:59 p.m. Central Standard Time. You don't have to be on live to participate. You can always join, and then you can log in anytime. Challenges aren't due until November 30th. You'll become a member of Victoria Marie Mighty Network, which is absolutely free, and then you'll get access to the crop group once you're all signed up. So make sure that you check it out. More details about the crop can be found on the Victoria Marie blog, and that link is posted in the description. I will get this finished up probably sometime this weekend once I kind of let it marinate, and then of course I'll share the final layout. I love clean and simple layouts, so I hope this inspired those of you who enjoy clean and simple layouts to maybe consider using fringe, or just in general, even if it's not a clean or simple layout, but using a tool that you haven't used in a while, because we all have them. Pull it out, give it a go, and see what you can create. I really enjoyed using the scissors today for this particular project. So I'm going to challenge you this weekend to get a tool out and use it. Something that you haven't used before, you haven't used in a while. For those of you who are joining me for the virtual crop this weekend, I will see you later on tonight. And if you're not, that's okay. Make sure that you're having a fantastic weekend. You can always join me in the Victoria Marie Mighty Network. Of course, I'm always on Instagram and, of course, here on YouTube. Thank you guys so much. I hope you have a fabulous weekend. Make sure you do something creative for yourself, all right? Have a good one, guys. Bye-bye.